Good afternoon, everyone. I am GoLocal Live contributor Chelsea Gay here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center with our weekly segment of what is happening in Rhode Island. I hope everyone had an excellent new year, and we're here today to talk about things that are happening with New Year's twist. We want to talk about giving back. So both the events that are happening that we're going to talk about today are giving back to the community. So our first guest today is Eric St. Peter, the Director of Marketing and PR for the RISPCA in Providence, Rhode Island, or Riverside, Rhode Island, actually.
Yeah,
it's the same. It's Providence, Riverside, yeah. So I have to say I'm very mad at you for not bringing me an adorable dog that I could hold and pet for the whole show, but, you know, I'll forgive you.
We don't want you to be too distracted.
Exactly, yeah. We'll get you back. We'll get you back next time for that. So you guys have a pretty awesome event coming up that we'll talk about. But before we get to that, let's kind of chat about what you guys have been doing. You know, we're in the new year. Let's talk about the past year. Sure. How's it been going? I mean, for anybody that doesn't know what the RISPCA is, maybe they live under a rock, they don't know what animals are. Like, give us a little bit of an overview of the organization.
Well, the RISPCA is the only organization in the state of Rhode Island that's able to investigate animal cruelty legally. So what we do is we get reports of animal cruelty, we investigate them, we give that investigation to the police and local authorities. We work with them pretty closely, and hopefully they're able to nab the bad guys. Yeah,
actually, you know, I was just reading the case about the offender in Smithfield who unfortunately was found in Pennsylvania with more animals, I believe. So you guys helped prosecute that. He's something like 27
Yeah, well, this is an individual that, Michael Williams is his name, that was in Smithfield earlier this year with quite a few dogs and a lot of snakes that he wasn't treating properly. Yeah. And he was arraigned. He was let out on bail. He went down to Pennsylvania like he shouldn't have, allegedly.
He allegedly went down. We're not here to.
Yeah. So and then he was arrested and extradited back up to Rhode Island. So he'll be facing those charges coming up soon.
Okay. And so you mentioned, you know, working with the local community. You guys work with the state police. You work with law enforcement. Now, you have coming up, I think, on January 16th, there is a meeting to talk about animal welfare bills that you guys are presenting.
January 23rd.
January 23rd. I'm sorry. I don't know what. About 16th. That must be something else in my head.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I know. So, I mean, you guys had it same time last year, I think, around the 20th of January. The RISPCA was on to talk about some legislation. So give us a little bit of an overview of what's getting put in front this year. What are you guys focused on?
Well, there's a few different things, and one of which is something that's, well, they're all very important, but what's really interesting is something that affects us a lot is forfeiture of animals. So, for instance, if we have to seize an animal during a investigation, we need to keep and house that animal for its safety until the case is adjudicated. Well, that costs money.
Yeah, of course.
So we're looking to be able to make it a requirement for people who are brought up on charges to have to pay us back for that.
That makes sense.
Yep, that's something that's
kind of garnish the wages.
Absolutely. I mean, just to be able to have, to be able to be reimbursed for that in some way. So that's something we're looking at. We're looking at making sure that animals are part of domestic orders. So if you have a domestic violence situation, to make sure that the animals are taken care of in that situation and put properly where they should be. So many times, people get in situations where they would just leave their partner, but I can't because of the dog, I can't because of the cat.
Yeah.
So things like that, to be able to make sure that you take that barrier out to be able to get help, is something that's really important.
So would that be something that if someone leaves a situation, the police are able to go back and seize the animal, or is that something that just protects?
It's something, from my understanding, it's something that would be able to be the way it's going. We're looking for it to be written. It's not something new either. We introduced it last year to make sure that there's provisions to make sure that you don't have to worry about, I can't leave this person because of my dog.
Yep.
You know.
And you guys have a big anniversary coming up as well.
Big anniversary coming up. Now this is something that we're super proud of, and we're the third oldest animal cruelty organization in the country.
Wow.
150 years we've been in Rhode Island doing this, so we have a 150th anniversary coming up next year. So we're hoping to be able to let you guys be able to get a Rhode Island RSPCA license plate.
Wow.
Which would be really cool.
Does that have like a cute puppy on it?
Can
you personalize it?
I will make sure it does. Oh yeah, we haven't designed it yet because we have to make sure that the the legislators let us do it.
It's got to get approved.
If we get approved, we're going to be able to have something fun for everybody to commemorate 150 years helping out animals in the state, which is something that we're super proud of.
Okay. And speaking of the new year, we just got past Christmas, gifting season, so I wanted to kind of talk to you about that because there are a lot of people that go out and get a pet for Christmas or try to adopt a pet for Christmas, and how do you guys feel about that over at the RSPCA?
Well, I mean, here's what I always say about that is if you are prepared and you've thought about the commitment of having an animal, I don't mind what time of the year it is, as long as you've thought about that, right? So it's not a whim thing. It's something you have to think with yourself, your family, your loved ones, get all together. Everybody's going to be in the house and say, this is a commitment that we're going to make. If we're going to get a puppy or, you know, whatever it may be, this is a commitment we're going to make for 12 to sometimes 18 years. So this is a long-term commitment. And if you feel like that's the right time for you to do that around Christmas or the holidays, great. February, great. It doesn't matter as long as you.
A lot of love.
I mean, as long as you. But I mean, if you're just on a whim buying a puppy for somebody for Christmas,
because you didn't get enough gifts, and you're like, oh, throw this animal out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I will be honest with you. We see a lot around March of those puppies coming.
You actually see them come back.
Yeah, we see a lot of, you know, people who have maybe bought them from a pet store or something like that, saying, I didn't realize it was going to be this much work.
Wow.
Can you find them a better home? And we can, but it would be better for those animals in general just to have not had to go into a home, be displaced, and things like that. So if it's something that you're committed to, no matter what time of the year it is, great. If not, better wait.
Well, speaking of pet stores, I mean, that's not something you guys are putting in front of legislation. Are you more focused on the animal cruelty side, not so much, you know, that people can sell pets in Rhode Island? Is that not something you're focused on at this point?
We have. I mean, we looked into it in the past. I mean, it's something that we've put in front of the legislature, and it hasn't worked out as well as it is. I mean, I think you have to be responsible and think about where your animals are being sourced from, right? So people a lot of times say, I know a breeder online. I saw a breeder on Craigslist. That's not a breeder. That's somebody who has puppies.
You get lots of weird stuff on Craigslist.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
a
reputable breeder, you get to go to their home, wherever it is. You get to meet the father and the mother. You get to sometimes, you know, be able to tell exactly what you want in a puppy. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about reputable breeders. And we don't have a problem with that. It's the puppy mills the high volume breeders, the people who are just churning out litter after litter to be able to get as many puppies out there as possible. It's not good for the breed. It's not good for the dogs themselves. They're not socialized lots of times as well as they should be, and you're not getting the quality of animal that you should be getting. And also, there's tons of dogs in shelters.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I mean, there are so many amazing dogs and cats and small animals that we come across that would be perfect for families if they just would not think so much about getting that puppy.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think that they're appreciative, right? Animals are smart. They must have a different outlook on life because they know they're a shelter animal, so they might love you a little bit more, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you know, it's
I'm just putting words in their mouth, but
like we don't. Like, no human ever does that.
Yeah, right.
But you know, the greatest thing about I think we should learn so much from animals, especially dogs, is they live so much in the moment. That's great. And that's one of the things that we do, because we deal with a lot of cruelty issues where they have not had a great life beforehand. But we can say, at our organization, what we do say is, all right, today's the day, moving forward, I can't do anything about what happened in the past, we'll make you better, and you're going to have a great life continuing on. And when you adopt a shelter pet, you're doing that. You're giving them that great life, which is an amazing thing to do.
And speaking of your organization specifically, you guys actually get transfers from other organizations for dogs that maybe are a little bit, you know, need a little more training, need a little more help, because you kind of are like the most qualified hub in the state.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Self-proclaimed.
We work, you know, we work at a lot of municipal shelters lots of times. I mean, there are situations where they just don't have the resources to be able to promote their adoptable animals as well. Or we happen to have great training staff, cat, dog, small animals. So if it just isn't really working out, they don't have the resources to be able to help them the way that they need to, lots of times they'll call us and say, hey, you know, I got this dog. Do you think you could do something with it? And oftentimes we can.
Okay. And on a happier note, you guys have monthly adoption events. There's one coming up in January, obviously. And so tell me a little bit about that, what that process is. Do you apply beforehand? What's the best way to go about attending this event in January?
Well, it's January 19th. It's called Meet Your New Best Friend.
Meet your new best friend. I like that.
What we're able to do with that situation is we're able to kind of know ahead of time. Lots of times we can't do on-site meet and greets just because we want your other pets to be there and things like that. So what we're able to do with these events is take, you know, dogs, cats, small animals, and really be able to get them in a situation where you can interact with them face to face, and really be able to see if that bond happens right away in a more up close and personal way. So we're able to do that. You don't need to apply ahead of time. You can apply right there.
Show up.
Yep. So basically, you know, our process is apply, we accept your application, then we do a meet and greet. That process gets shortened quite a bit when we do these events.
And so, how many adoptable animals are you going to have in January, you think?
It's hard to tell. You know, I wish I could tell you that. I mean, hopefully none. Like, you know,
hopefully it's an empty.
Just because
a balloon. You're holding a balloon. There's nothing else there.
That's the best kind of day when all the animals have a great home. But you know, right now we have quite a few. We have 10 available dogs online, I think five available cats. That doesn't mean that we didn't just get another 10 cats today, because we did. So
10 cats today?
We're vetting them, and they'll be eventually up for adoption too. So the best thing to do is keep checking the website if you're interested, or you can come down and see us, but rispca.com has all the availables all the time.
And they're always cute.
Always cute.
And so this obviously costs a lot of money, so that kind of brings us to the big event of the year, which is the Taste of the East Bay coming up at Hope and Main in Warren, which is another really great
awesome
kind of startup, awesome communal place. We have had guests on that kind of started out in Hope and Main, countless guests, so really great place. So that's coming up at the end of January, and all the proceeds are going back to the
January
RSPCA.
26th, so we're calling it the Taste of East Bay. So, I mean, if you haven't...
What does the East Bay taste like? I have to know.
Well, you'll find out, right? You can find out on the 26th. But really what it is, it's a great little area, and people are really... I think it gets overlooked a lot of times for how much real, like wine, drink, food there is available in that area, in that kind of Bristol, Barrington, Warren kind of area.
We just had Chef Eli on from Warren.
Oh, great! Yeah,
Eli's Kitchen, awesome restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Out in Warren.
And people don't think about it so much. So we wanted to make sure that we got involved with this organization that's been putting on the Taste of East Bay for a few years, and really be able to showcase that at the same time helping out animals in need. So it really is a win-win situation. It's great. There's so many great restaurants involved. I mean, just to name a few: Revival, Trafford, 110 Grill, Beach House. There's so many great organizations. I can't even name them all. About 20 that are going to be there.
Okay.
And you can get your tickets right now. There's two different kinds of tickets. You can get a general admission, which is $25, and you can get actually a VIP where you get to have a
special.
Now, see, you're a VIP, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a VIP.
All right, so if you're a VIP, you want to make sure you get the VIP tickets. That's $40, and you
get wine, right?
Cooking demonstration.
Ooh.
With somebody from Trafford, one of the chef from Trafford is going to be doing, and you get like a commemorative glass.
I don't want my husband to get any ideas.
No, really?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to think I learned how to cook. So
well, you can make sure that when you go and have the VIP experience, that you should that guy's doing the cooking. I'm not doing it.
He's doing it. I'm not learning it. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
So you get a commemorative wine glass. You can sip and savor. That's kind of the theme.
That's right.
So everybody's kind of bringing little bites and some wine, and you can.
Yeah, it's really the best way to put it. It's a food and wine drink tasting event to be able to showcase all the great stuff that the East Bay has to offer.
And to give back to the RSPCA and all the cute animals. Because my next question for you is, if maybe adopting a pet isn't in your future, your apartment's too small or doesn't allow it, or you don't have enough time, what are some other ways you can help out besides adoption?
Well, financially is always important. I mean, we always, a little shy to say it, but we don't get any funding whatsoever from the state.
Give us money.
Yeah, right. We don't have any funding from. So we do these things, about 200 animal cruelty investigations a year, and about 1,000 animals rehomed a year, without any funding from the state, local government, city government, anything like that. So it's completely from grants and completely from people donating to us. So if it's something you want to do, that's a fantastic thing to do, is to help us financially. Also, we have a great foster program that we're looking into it. So, you have those dogs and cats and small animals that sometimes are in the shelter and they're just not doing well there.
Yeah.
They just they're not into, or they have to be there for a while because they're part of a cruelty case and they can't be rehomed. We have a foster care program where you can actually take them into your home for a long period of time, weekend, day, and just give them the home experience to kind of de-stress them a little bit from the shelter environment. So we have a great foster program too.
Awesome. So those are some great ways you can give back if you can't adopt a pet. So that's great. I have to ask you, we have a couple minutes left.
Okay.
I asked you this before, but I want to hear it again. What are some, you guys kind of bring in anything from reptiles to equestrians, which we talked about. Yeah. You don't have horses in
we don't have enough room
Riverside. They need a paddock and all that great stuff. But so what are some of the more interesting animals you've seen come through or heard about or partnered with?
So I've heard of them. I wasn't there for this, but we had an alligator one time. I knew that.
Friendly. Did he get adopted?
Yeah, I guess he did. And the coolest one that I had since I've been working there was Frank the pig. So we had a pot-bellied pig that we had, and he was just the greatest. Pigs are really, really smart. So smart, in fact, that I think that they're like as smart as a 3-year-old sometimes or something like that. Yeah, like they're really smart, so they know exactly what they want and they know exactly how to get it. So maybe that's squealing.
Yep.
If I want a treat instead of barking. So if you're into that, that's good.
Pig can sit for its treat too.
Yeah, and so we found a great home for Frank the pig. He lives on a farm now, and so that's the kind of, and those are the great stories that we can.
You said something about donkeys too.
We had a couple of donkeys that we actually I can't remember what the name is. Donk was one of them, and I can't remember what the other donkey's name was, but we investigated a couple. Donk the donkey.
The donkey.
Donk the donkey. and we investigated a couple of cases where they weren't being groomed properly. So long.
Oh, like the long hooves. Long in the hoof instead of long in the tooth.
Yeah, that's not a good thing, obviously. So we did seize them and found them new homes too. So all kinds of we don't discriminate when it comes to animal safety.
Awesome. Well, so if any of this strikes your fancy, head out to the Taste of the East Bay, or if you just like to eat and drink wine, why not? I mean, it's just going back to a good pause and pause.
There you go.
It's going out to a good pause. Exactly. So give us the details again, date and time, just so we can solidify it.
It's going to be on the 26th January, Hope in Maine in Warren. Tickets are available right now. You can go to the website, rspca.com, or go to Eventbrite and search Taste of East Bay. Anything that we talked about today, the best place to check out all the information about RSPCA is rspca.com, but those tickets for Taste of East Bay are on sale now.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for joining us.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have you on again sometime in the summer. We'll talk more about what's going on with you and how this legislation's going, and also all your fun initiatives, because you're on the marketing side, so you probably have a lot of fun.
I'd love to. Yeah, I get to have fun.
Well, thank you so much. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to be talking to the Prince Hall Masons next about a massive shoe drive that they're holding for the Democratic Republic of Congo. So we'll be right back to talk about that next. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. We have Jonathan Hurt here, the Deputy Grand Master of the Prince Hall Masons over on Eddy Street in Providence.
That's correct.
Jonathan, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
For those who may not know, honestly, I didn't have a lot of info on you guys. Before you came on my show, I did a lot of research. So give our viewers a little bit of an overview of the Prince Hall Masons. You're a very, very old and historic organization.
Yes,
so tell us more about that.
Well, the Prince Hall Masons were founded in 1758 by Prince Hall himself. He was a abolitionist, a pastor, and he and 14 other gentlemen became Masons through a British infantry. And what had happened was, after the British left, the 14 men in Prince Hall wanted to become Masons with a Caucasian lodge in Boston area, but they were denied that privilege. Prince Hall, being a good statesman, he decided to ask for a charter from the Grand Lodge in England. And what had happened was, the Grand Lodge in England granted Prince Hall a charter where the gentlemen could bury their dead and march in a parade. Years later, Prince Hall asked the Grand Lodge of England for a full charter where they could introduce and have more men that had like-minded, wanted to help the community out, help those that were in need, help the widows of those men that were Masons. And we were granted a charter from the Grand Lodge in England to actually have more Masons and do the full initiation. That lodge was Lodge 459, which was in Boston, Massachusetts. Prince Hall then, after he initiated that lodge, he came to Providence, Rhode Island.
Here.
And in 1858, he started a lodge right here in Providence. So we were the second lodge. The second Grand Lodge was founded in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
But we are one of the oldest lodges.
Second oldest, yeah.
Yes.
So you get that bragging right there.
Yes, we do.
So fast forward to now. Talk to us a little bit about your involvement in the community and sort of the goals of the organization current day.
Certainly. Our current goals are to help those in our community. We're located on the south side.
Yeah.
So this past Christmas, we had a Christmas donation to the Boys and Girls Club, also to one of the local daycare centers. And we're going to donate some toys also to the Only Street Baptist Church, those kids that are there. We have normally an annual Christmas party for the kids at 883 Eddy Street, where we give them toys and we have Santa Claus there. We have games for the kids, and it's a really great time. That's one of our major things that we do during the wintertime, and we also have an Easter hunt during Easter. So that's also at 883 Eddy Street. But our main goal is to help out our community.
Yep. And you guys have a lot of partnerships. I noticed that you partnered to make sure that everyone was able to get rides to vote. This past November, October, you had the sickle cell partnership.
That is correct.
And the most recent partnership that we're here to talk about today is the massive shoe drive that you guys are putting on this weekend.
Yes.
So tell me how that sort of came about with the with Bella Bianco at Prout, who originally had this idea. How did you guys get involved in this?
Well, one of our Eastern Star sisters, the Eastern Stars is an adopted right, our sister group within the Masonic Order, Randy Sneed, her co-worker, Bella's father, she found out that Bella had been to a seminar where the young lady from the Congo had spoken, and Bella, wanting to assist the young lady who would like to go to grad school, law school, said she would try to raise 2,500 shoes, pairs of shoes. Randy brought it to my attention. I brought it to our most worshipful Grand Master Prince Reed's attention and said we should join in and help out. So we buckled up and we thought that we could help.
Yeah.
So right now on this Saturday we'll be collecting shoes. We have a massive shoe drive going on. I'm going around picking up shoes to friends that I know
have shoes. Of course, everybody's got a pair of shoes they don't wear anymore.
Exactly, and we're collecting men, kids, women's shoes.
Maybe not stilettos. They probably don't need those. But.
Well, you never know. They may want to go out somewhere.
They want to go out dancing.
So the shoe drive is from 1 to 3 at 883 Eddy Street.
Okay.
And if you need a collection, you can contact myself.
I think you guys should definitely exceed that goal. I mean,
I'm hoping and praying that we do.
Everybody just go out and bring a pair. I mean, it's not just go bring a pair of shoes you're not wearing anymore. Otherwise,
that's all.
I mean, where else are you going to put it? I mean, Savers, they're selling your stuff. It's
yes.
You're not really giving it back.
That's
so
correct.
This is actually going to go somewhere. And I've heard that if she does reach her goal, she will get $1,000 to give as a scholarship.
Exactly. The young lady that's from the Congo will get a scholarship of $1,000 so that she can pursue her duty and her goal as to become a lawyer to help those in the Congo. So we're looking to help out our community, and that's our goal.
And so when she was speaking, she did say, that there's a real lack of just basic necessities such as shoes. That's how this came about?
That's how this came about, right.
Really, it's an easy thing to collect. It's okay if they're semi-used, and they're real basic needs. So. Yes. I mean, really, people should go out and donate, and hopefully you exceed the goal. I know I'm going to come and give some shoes, so I don't know if anybody wants my old shoes, but they're in good shape.
You never know.
Of course. And you guys also have been getting some really good publicity. I know we did a piece on the Jazz Club that you've opened up over there as well. So tell us a little bit about that. That's really been kind of blowing up as a new Wednesday night spot.
It's another initiative that the Grand Master Prince Reed, along with our past Grand Master Clinton Jones and Mr. Randy Ash, had talked to Mr. Leland Baker. And we started out just on Wednesday nights having the jazz there, and it's free to come and hear Leland Baker and his group play jazz from 8 till 11.
Wow.
And we've been doing it, last month it was about a year. So we're continuing to do that at the Acacia Club. Okay. It's a nice little quaint area, and we thank everyone for the information that was posted in the Providence Journal.
Yep. I heard a rumor, too, that you guys are going to start doing food maybe sometime soon. And
we're looking to upgrade and fix our kitchen.
Cocktails
just
or
some light Yeah, hors d'oeuvres so people can have something to eat along with.
Yeah,
the
while they
beverages
listen to great music.
Exactly. Leland
Yeah.
does a wonderful job there.
Awesome. So I also have to ask, now you're an organization originally of Masons. Now,
Yes.
in order to be involved at this day, do you have to be in the Mason trade, or is that now just sort of, is it an invite-only organization?
It is not an invite-only organization. You don't have to be in the Masons trade. You can be in any trade that you want to.
Okay.
One of our major goals, though, is that you have to believe in a higher power and a higher being.
Okay.
You can just come to 883 Eddy Street if you're a male and ask for an application. If you're a female, you can ask for the application to be in our Eastern Star group. We have a organization, Stone Mill Lodge and Queen Esther chapter in Newport.
Okay.
So there's a lodge in Newport that covers the Newport County, and we have several lodges at 883 Eddy Street and 2 other Eastern Star chapters.
Okay.
And Providence at 883.
So what is next for you guys in the new year after you do the shoe drive? What can we expect to see come out of the organization?
Well, we're going to be looking again to do a massive scholarship fund.
Okay.
Our goal is to help those kids that are in our community strive for a higher achievement, and that's going to be some of the things that we do. We have a chill and grill as the summer comes, and in the summer we have a large grill in our backyard where we invite the public to come and participate. We have a DJ that's out in our backyard on Thursday nights, and we just invite everybody to come and have a great time.
Okay. And do you congregate regularly other than that, or do you hold monthly meetings, or how does the community sort of get together on a regular basis?
Well, the participation between the men that are in the lodge and the ladies that are in the Eastern Star chapter, they have monthly meetings. We do have a community, a meeting amongst all of the bodies. It's a town hall meeting that our Grand Master has started, where all our bodies get together and we bring all our ideas together so that if there's something that's coming up in the community where you can have knowledge of, we try to bring that forth and then bring that out to the public. We have a great public relations person, Miss Ann Clanton.
Yeah, she's in the back room.
Yes, so she's the reason why we're here, and we like to thank her for her work that she's been doing.
Yeah, and just to touch upon community one more time, talk to our viewers a little bit about the importance of this organization to the African American community in Rhode Island, and particularly Providence. Talk about sort of the accomplishments and the importance of this.
Certainly, some of the people that have been Masons are Judge Walter Stone.
Yes.
We have Kyle Bennett, who's the director over at United Way. There are people that are nationally known: Jesse Jackson, Count Basie, Shaquille O'Neal, Scottie Pippen. There are a lot of people that work that you may not see. And we've done a lot of work that you may not have known of. We helped the Intruders, the football group, to go down to Disney. We helped another group to go to a camp. So there's a lot of things that we've been doing in the background, but now with the advent of the websites and Facebook, we're looking to just publicize what we're doing, and hopefully we can get people that are like-minded like us to help join us and participate with us in making this community a better community.
And if someone's looking to partner with you on an initiative, say something like the shoe drive, is there a way that they can reach out to you to talk to you about initiatives that they are?
Most certainly. We look to partnership with anyone doing positive influences within our community. 883 Eddy Street, you can just drop us a line there, or go to our website, which is Prince Hall Masons with an S.
Good one.
GLRI.org.
We'll put that in we'll make sure we put that in the write-up. Yeah, because I don't know if people are jotting that down now. I'll put it at the bottom.
That's great, thank you.
Well, just to get back to this weekend's event, Saturday from 1 to 3, is that correct?
1 to 3, yes.
Go by, you can donate any number of
gently
used shoes or new shoes, any size.
Any size will take: baby shoes, adult shoes, sneakers.
Yeah, we really want to exceed the 2,500 goal, because it's all going back to a scholarship fund to send a really great girl to law school, and also on behalf of Bella Bianco at Prout. This is part of her kind of senior
Definitely.
project. So let's all go out and support her. Bring your gently used shoes over to 883 Eddy Street.
That's correct. The
And
White House.
The White
large
House.
White House.
The large
Can't
White
miss
House.
us.
There you go. And also check out Jazz on Wednesday nights.
Definitely. We'd love to have you there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jonathan, for joining me.
Thank
I
you.
very much appreciate it. It's a great time to talk about giving back
Yes.
as we head into the new year. So anybody that was thinking about wanting to do something great, start this weekend and head out and donate a pair of shoes.
That's a wonderful thing to
Every
do.
pair counts, right?
Every pair will count.
Got to get to 2,500.
We're going to get there and exceed it.
You'd have someone with a clicker. Are you going to stand there with
We
it?
have a clicker ready.
Thank you so much for
thank you.
joining us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our resident guest, Jim Fortier from Blueprint 5, in just a couple minutes. Welcome back, everyone. As always, already having fun. Jim Fortier, Blueprint 5, here to join us. You know, we just talked about some really nice giving back and in animals and shoe drives. And now we're here to talk about looking fabulous.
Consumption. We're here to talk about consumption.
Buying things now, right after all
Capitalism.
this. We can't have all nice things. We got to talk about, you know, spoiling yourself, etc. Oh, hey, Kate. So we are going to talk about looking amazing. This is a perfect time to talk about it.
But before we talk about that.
Oh, what?
So we have to talk about the fact that you're married now.
I am married now.
I think that's
amazing. Last time we saw you, I was not married.
You were not married.
This time
you were Chelsea Gay. Now you're going to be Chelsea
Rosen.
Yes.
Thank you for
making
me announce that. Would you like me to announce my social security number as well?
No.
And my address?
You give it to me later. But you did send me a photograph.
I did.
Which was, and I'm no joking, it was beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful dress and this beautiful black and white photograph you're dancing with. I'm assuming at that point he was your husband.
Just a random guy.
Just some dude. But it was really a beautiful photo.
Thank you. Yeah, well, it's my photographer.
Everybody should wish her congratulations.
It's my photographer.
Yeah.
I'm normally a hunchback. He just like straightened it up.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, it was a good
photo
editing.
Photoshop.
Yeah, it looks beautiful after all the editing.
Listen, I get it. Photoshop is a great thing.
It's perfect. It is. But thank you for noticing.
That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Tink you.
Thank you for sending me the picture. So we're going to talk about custom.
Custom.
Because, you know, custom, everybody's life has got a little bit of custom in it. Whether it's, you know, when we buy a car, we buy certain things. We want certain things that are in there for us.
Yeah.
Like some clients, they want a different size wheel, so they'll get a bigger wheel, and then they want a different rim.
You're in a midlife crisis, you want red.
You're right. Or you want a Vet.
Yeah, or a Corvette. They don't fit in.
Because, and you get the bald spot. You're trying to cover the bald spot. Why did we go there? All right, so custom is a part of everyone's life. Or if you're building a house, you want certain things that are representative of who you are. Even if you're putting in a new kitchen, you have your idea of what that is. So
I agree.
Clothing, custom clothing is really the same thing. So instead of, like a lot of people think of custom clothing as, well, you've got to be in banking, or you've got to be in, you know, the finance industry, or you have to be super wealthy, and that's not necessarily the case. I think that, you know, you can introduce custom clothing into your wardrobe at any age and at any time, which I think is
any age.
Well,
any age.
I think
you're going to tell me that infants should wear custom clothing from you.
There are some, you know, there are probably some celebrities' kids who are doing custom, but I wouldn't recommend it. But you know, as an adult male or you know, a woman, if you want to have things made for you, there are ways to do it, and there's ways to start small.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to jump in and get a suit made or a sport jacket made. You can start with custom shirts. We do a lot of custom shirts at Blueprint 5.
Okay.
We actually have a couple of shirt makers. One of them is made in the United States, which people really seem to, that resonates with people.
Yeah.
So they want to have something that's made in the States. And plus, we can do a turnaround as fast as 2 weeks, which is great.
Yes.
And then we also have another
Nobody wants to wait for anything.
Well, custom is a little bit of old school that way. The instant gratification thing you have to put on the back burner. Because custom takes time.
It's going to be nice when it comes
There are things when you're picking the fabric and you're picking the collar and you're picking the cuff and you're picking all those things, it takes time. Just like if you're ordering a custom sofa. You pick a sofa and you want a custom fabric, or you want a fabric that's specific to your palette that you're decorating in, it takes longer to get that because it's for you.
Yeah,
right?
special sofa.
So custom does inquire that it takes more time. It's one of the things that is, if there's a downside, which I don't think it's a downside, I just think it's an old school
You're like
thing.
excited about it.
Yeah, it's something to look
Everybody's
forward to.
spoiled with Amazon Prime now anyway.
You can have 24-hour thing.
You can have Q-tips in like an hour or whatever.
Yeah, right. There's a drone dropping off your diapers for your kid or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But so custom involves time. It involves a little bit of planning. So if let's say you had an event, let's say, and the reason I brought some of the books I brought was because they're current, but also if you're thinking about a summer wedding, it's not too soon to start planning for that event now with custom.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Laura's getting married this summer back there.
Really?
Yeah.
So we should get her fiance.
She doesn't need a custom suit though.
No, she doesn't.
I know.
But maybe her bud, her
beau,
her fiance.
How do you know she's marrying a boy? You don't know anything about it.
I don't know that. That was an assumption on my part.
She is. Don't worry. Don't get sweaty. Don't get sweaty.
Too late. Sweating.
This is the longest you've talked without like showing me something or laughing. This is very serious.
Very serious.
This is a serious monologue. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm like, this is so serious.
Oh my God.
Custom suits, yes. Let's talk about it. Show me some swatches.
I'm sweating. My bald head. You want to see some swatches?
I would love to see some swatches.
Do you want to see swatches?
Yeah.
Let's do shirts.
I don't know.
Let's do
Whatever
shirts.
you want to show me first.
Since I was talking about shirts, let's do shirts first.
Okay.
So this is
These are shirts.
This is a shirt swatch.
Real
book.
small shirts you got there.
Very small shirts for very small people.
These are your baby. This is the baby custom collection you were speaking of earlier.
This is very small people.
What is this? The soup for ants?
But you can pick anything in here, and this is just
Okay.
one of 4 books that comes with this particular company.
Okay.
So there's everything in here from a blue, a white with a blue stripe to something like this, which is a little bit more of a modern pattern. You can even do something like this, which is you could do as a sports shirt.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be
That's nice. That one.
just for business. So
Can also be for pleasure.
it can also be for, non-office time. Like something like this, maybe someone would select for the office, but something like this, perhaps not.
Yes.
So it's just one book.
But you have to tell them what they can. People have to be able to envision what they're doing in it. So what are they doing in that?
That's my job, is to find out from the customer by asking a lot of questions. What do you do for work? What do you, how much do you travel? Those kinds of questions, are important to figure out what their needs are,
Yep.
and then try to fill that need. That's
What's your credit card information?
my job.
That's
My job.
yeah. The credit card information is what's
So you
important.
can see that this book is a little more conservative. This is a
Yeah,
little bit
those
more
are that's
businessy.
like 50 blues.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different
Wow,
shades.
you
of
can get
blue.
real specific
You
with
can
your
get-
blue.
And that's the beauty of custom. You can get as specific as you want.
From seafoam to cerulean. What are all these?
Right, just like from the movie, Seafoam and Cerulean.
Yes.
Get it?
Yep. No, I don't get
You
it.
don't get it?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't get it. I'll look it up
Devil
later.
Wears Prada,
Oh yeah.
right? Seafoam and
I don't
Cerulean.
remember every quote from that, as apparently you do. But
Yeah, well, I've seen it once or twice. So these are swatch books of sport jackets. Now these swatches are beautiful.
but these are not suits. These are just a
These
sport
are-
coat that
these-
you'd wear with jeans or.
Or you could wear with a dress trouser, you could wear with jeans, or something.
It's jeans
else.
and a nice top for men.
For some men.
Yeah.
Yeah, some men
That's
like
what girls always say when they're going out.
Oh,
Jeans and a nice shirt.
And a nice
Yeah.
shirt. Yeah. Well, that's girls.
Yeah.
We're talking about guys' clothing here.
Just trying to be relatable.
Look at this, how beautiful.
It's very beautiful. Do I feel it?
No, don't
Oh,
touch
I don't-
it.
I don't touch
ever
it.
touch it. So these are just, just beautiful things.
Ooh, I like this one.
Which one do you like? Show me.
This one. That's pretty.
It's a navy herringbone. This is a very classic book, but this is Loro Piana fabric, which these are 100% Italian wools. Loro Piana is probably the finest mill for fabrics in the world. They're
Okay.
the pinnacle. They're the very best. And the fact that we can get these and the fact that we can make custom clothing from these is
You're very
pretty phenomenal.
special, yeah.
It's very special, and something again.
Let me guess, you're the only store in Rhode Island that can do it.
With
That's
this
everything.
particular company.
Yeah.
With this particular company, yes.
That's
true.
everything. Everything you show me. I'm the only one. I'm the only one in the world.
Well, that's part of the
You must know a
one-
lot of people.
I know a lot of people. But most importantly, I know you.
That's true. I don't help you out with any of this, but
Rosen. Now
Yeah,
I
yeah.
acknowledge I'll be
no, I'm not doing that. I have my show. I'm still the same person
Are you?
right now.
No,
Yeah,
you're
I
not.
haven't changed my name
You
yet.
look totally different now.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more boring.
You're older.
Yes.
So you can see these are suitings. So those were sport jackets, and these are suitings. So this is really more.
That's what you call that, suitings?
Suitings.
Okay,
This
suitings.
is a suitings book.
It is.
And
It
these
suits
are all
you.
Super 170s, which is describes how fine this is.
Okay, so this is a lighter.
This is actually a tropical weight. So this is something, if you wanted to plan for something in spring and summer, you would pick from
It's a
this
what?
book.
It's a tropical.
Tropical weight.
Tropical weight.
Your tropical weight wool.
Okay. So that's good for Rhode Island when it gets to be 150 degrees in the
It's good
city.
for anybody who's, most of the customers who pick from something like this, who have something made by Mauro Blasi, are people who travel all over the world, so
Yeah.
they go to different climates all the time.
But you guys already missed him. He was here.
He was here, but
he
we-
made you suits, and now
That's all right. But he'll be back, and,
Okay.
and he doesn't have to be there for you to have things
Can
made.
send
for
it
him.
out
Yeah. That's
over to
exactly
him in
right.
Italy.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. And the other thing about custom is you get to pick linings.
Oh, that's a fun flash. Wow. Oh, you can pick. Wow, you're a cool dude if you're picking graffiti lining
See,
for
you can
your
pick-
suit.
There's so many.
There's hot dogs. That's
There's a hunting scene.
deer heads.
There's hockey.
oh, more sharks. You and your sharks.
There's vintage microphones
Oh,
with records.
yeah.
I think Josh would probably like that because he seems to be into those
Yeah.
weirdo type of things.
So it's like business in the front, party on the inside.
Right, there's your skulls.
Ooh, skulls.
Skulls.
That's awesome. I like that.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's very cool.
So you can have a little fun. It is business in the front and party in the back because some guys want to have a little bit of flash on the inside, even though it's a conservative garment.
Yep.
So, but this is the one way the guy can have fun. It's almost like another accessory. What are you laughing at me for today?
Because I don't know. It's like this is how a guy can have fun. Have a lined suit.
Well. It is because some guys who are in business and they're more conservative, this is a chance for them to express themselves a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though they have a conservative exterior, they can have
They know they're fun.
They can have a little bit of fun
When they're like typing away at their desk, they're like, I'm
Before
fun.
your time, because you're so young, right? You're so young and sweet and innocent. Not at all. Johnny Carson used to come out all the time, and he used to always flash his jacket.
Flash his what?
His jacket.
Oh, okay.
The lining of his jacket.
That's good.
That was something that he did because it was something special, and so that still is.
Is this on purpose?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now here's some fabrics.
What have you brought for me?
I brought some fabrics. So
Now
I don't know if you
these-
can see the different patterns on these, but so I brought like a conservative, a not so conservative, and a.
Now this would actually make a pant. This
is actually enough for one sport jacket.
Wow.
There is
So this is like a before its life. This is what it looks like.
This is what a guy comes in, and there's hundreds of these hanging in the shop. And he can come in and say, "Oh, geez, I'd like that," and we take all those measurements and we select the line.
And this actually becomes your sport jacket.
This was a piece of fabric. This jacket. This jacket was just a small piece of fabric, and I selected, and then we made this from here.
That's very cool. Right. So is that like that must be expensive for you to keep that all in the store? I mean, wouldn't you rather keep the little smaller ones, or does this give you a better?
This gives the customer a better feel. Some guys have a really hard time selecting from, as you mentioned right away, that's a small piece of fabric. Some men really have a hard time visualizing what that's going to look like.
Do you like cut a hole in the top and put it over their head and then let them like, have it draped over them?
Like a cape.
Yeah. Okay.
So this, I can actually undo this and drape it across your
drape
shoulders.
It, yeah.
And
that's what I was asking.
Well, yeah, but you don't cut a hole in it. And then you can drape it over their shoulders, and they can look in the mirror, and they can get a little bit more of a feel for what it's actually going to look like.
They look like Scottish, like.
Yeah.
They make a little. Yeah. You can wrap a towel around them.
A towel.
Yeah, wrap it like a towel. So I like this. This sounds fun. I want to do this for a living.
This is just one more fabric, and this has got a little bit of stretch to it, and it's all over the little bit of navy and then a light blue going through it. So the guy can come in, he can select this.
And a fun liner.
And he can pick out, he can lay the fabric down on the table, we can go through linings and say, oh, this is what I want, this looks good with this, and put an outfit together.
Do you judge them if they pick like the liner with like...
No, there's no judgment, ever.
Yeah, not even the one... Not even with like the scuba divers on it?
No, I want guys, that's the part of custom. That's the exciting part, is you can take your personality and put it into the garment.
Okay.
And that's what makes it fun. That's what
so
makes it
is the liner included with, when you get a sport jacket, you can pick any liner you want, or the cost differs based on what kind of stuff you're doing?
That's part of the price. That's the part of the price.
I'm just wondering.
So I brought some other custom garments here because we saw swatches and we saw what they look like, and then I wanted to take...
we turn them into a jacket.
We turn them into a jacket. So this is a custom piece from Mauro Blasi, and this person only wanted this half-lined. So you see it's not fully lined because this is going to be worn in the warmer weather. So this is a light linen and silk, and so this will be worn in warmer weather. But you can see he picked a patch pocket here.
Yep.
And
these
again,
nice buttons, like bright blue
beautiful buttons. Notch lapel, just really gorgeous Loro Piana fabric.
Does he know that you brought it on the show and that's why it's late? Is he mad at you?
It's not late.
Is he mad at you because he can't pick it up?
Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
He's not able to pick it up.
What is wrong with you? So here's another one. Same type of thing, different fabric. So you can see that the red is just, this red is beautiful. You can see a different color lining on the inside.
What do you put in this pocket?
You can put whatever you want in there. And again, so this is, this customer selected a patch pocket. Down here, they selected a notch lapel. They selected a half lining. They selected the buttons, the whole thing.
Yeah. So if you're a control freak, this is for you.
This is definitely for you.
This is for you, yeah. If you want to.
Then on top of that, it's just the fit.
Yeah.
The fit is everything.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So this is a custom jacket for me. And what I like about this is I was able to... First of all, I put a little thing in here.
Oh, you can like write a message to yourself, like "You go, girl." And then when you look at it, you're like,
whatever you want in there. But I wanted a notch lapel. I wanted the jacket to be a little bit shorter, or I wanted a simple lining so it wouldn't take away from the jacket. So all those decisions you can make as you're building the piece, which is a lot of fun.
It does seem fun.
So here now these are custom shirts. So this was one of those swatches of fabric that we actually took and made.
And poof!
Into a shirt.
It's a shirt.
So what this person did was they selected this fabric particularly because it has stretch in it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Right? And then we designed the shirt with the collar that he wanted, with the cuff that he wanted. We selected the buttons.
They're like pearlescent buttons.
Yeah, this is actually a mother of pearl button.
Are these short arms?
He's not a big guy. Yeah, so the sleeves are a little bit shorter.
I didn't know if that was like you could do a shorter arm.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
You can make a short sleeve.
You also left a pin in that.
Did I?
I almost got stabbed.
Oh.
It's really dangerous. It's really dangerous.
Here's another.
Ooh, this is nice.
This is beautiful.
This feels nice.
Yeah.
This must not wrinkle easily either.
Well, it's cotton, so it's going to wrinkle.
Yeah.
You know.
It feels like it wouldn't,
but it's got a little bit of a flannel feel to it, a little bit of a flannel touch, so it's a little bit softer.
And some flowers.
But again, selected this fabric from the swatch book. We designed it the way you wanted to. We put the buttons on here the way you wanted, and away we went. And this is the end result.
And you brought me another floral one.
Yeah, because I wanted to show things that are not so common, like the solid white or the blue. Or so these things, this again proves that with a little bit of imagination, you can have a little bit of fun.
Yes, you do need that though.
This with a pair of jeans and one of his jackets is going to look amazing.
It will.
Yeah,
it will.
And again, we did.
You will be a styling guy.
Yeah, and the fit is everything because
because when you go get a shirt off the rack, it can be very boxy. A lot of times you have to get shirts tailored anyway because unless you are a box shape, which unfortunately, if you are, that's sad. But unless you're like a full-on refrigerator box of a person.
And today, especially, so many guys are fit. They're more fit. They exercise more, and they want that fitted look with a shirt. It's really difficult.
It's hard. If you have bigger chest and arms and then a smaller waist, like what are you going to do? You have to buy a giant shirt that looks like this on you.
It might fit in the neck and it might fit in the chest, but it's not going to fit in the waist. So this takes care of all that.
And now, so how many of these, like, if someone wants to really get a full wardrobe of things they can swap out, how many shirts do you think is like a good amount to have in rotation if you're, say, trying to do some casual, some for a suit?
Well, I think that depends on the customer. It depends on what they do for a living. It depends on how they wear their clothes. It depends on what they have already in their wardrobe. Those are all questions that, again,
you would ask them.
And if somebody was going to say, listen, I'm going to a casual affair and I'm going to be gone for 2 days and I'm going to a wedding in Florida, well, I would say take one jacket, take one pair of pants, and take a couple of shirts.
And also, hopefully it's in 2 months because
I need that long.
You got to wait for this. Yeah. This is good stuff. Yeah. To get your jet ski lining.
Yeah, your jet ski lining. Yeah.
I think I saw that in there, honestly.
I don't think so.
I want to go through that lining book after this.
I don't think so.
I'm going to mark my favorites.
What is this?
My outfit?
Yeah. The tape.
Oh, you gave it to me. Well, it's Tony's.
Tony's. It says
Tony on it.
It says
Tony
right
stole
on
this from you.
The tailor, I love.
I thought it was good. You won't give me a cashmere scarf, so I just have resorted to
a tape measure.
Using this as a scarf now. Because you won't bring me anything nice, so I just have to wear this.
That's really about it.
That's it? You don't have anything else for me today?
I don't have anything else.
Okay,
except that I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year.
Yes.
And it's time to start thinking about spring. Spring is already starting to come in the back door.
Oh, God. We're still February. It's like the worst.
Yeah,
February is the worst month.
I love this time of year because the spring comes in and it gets people excited.
Yeah,
and already the days are getting longer, right? Each day is like a minute longer. That's how I look at it. Like the glass is half full kind of thing.
This is all like this is unwarranted advice for people. Are you licensed to give this?
I'm not licensed for anything.
Okay,
I'm
keep
barely
going.
licensed to drive.
Please keep going.
I'm barely licensed to drive. I got it at Sears.
Why don't you just close out my show with your New Year's musings? Please.
I would never.
What are your resolutions this year? I'd like to hear them.
My resolutions are. No, I don't have any resolutions.
You don't have any resolutions?
No, I don't have any resolutions.
Because you're perfect?
No, because I'm smart enough to know that they don't get kept.
Okay, all right.
What are your resolutions?
My resolution is actually to say no more to things. Because I tend to take too many things on, and then I overexhaust myself and have to cancel things that I shouldn't have had to cancel because I just can't say no. So
a wise person once said that no is a complete sentence.
Again, wow, you should embroider this on a custom suit.
You're so funny.
You should put it in there.
Yeah,
That'd be
you're so
perfect.
funny. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll leave everybody with that then.
I think so. Yeah,
Hope everyone has a Happy New Year.
Happy
Go
New
out
Year.
and befit yourself in some beautiful new clothes. You deserve it.
If you'd like to
You
come
deserve
in
some
and have
clothes.
a consultation, if you want an in-home consultation, you can do that.
Oh,
right
you
at
go to
home.
people's houses?
You can. I will absolutely go. I go to a lot of people's homes.
How far will you go?
To the ends of the earth.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
So if someone called you right now from California, you would go
I
to
would go,
California?
sure.
To their house?
Sure.
With all your stuff?
All my stuff.
And your shark liners?
Yep.
Okay.
My measuring tape.
And no, you can't have this back.
But you can make an appointment right on the website.
Ah.
You can go into our calendar
you.
and you can see what open times are, and you can book an appointment right through the website, and that comes to me through an email, and I'll acknowledge it right away. You can also call and set up an appointment that way right at the shop. We're happy to do that. And again, we'll do in-home consultations. We'll come to your home and do this. A customer came in recently. His wife came in, and she bought him some things, and he still hasn't had them altered. So I'm offering to go to the home and take him his measurements there,
Wow.
so he doesn't have to come to the shop because
You're a real saint.
he doesn't like the shop.
He doesn't like
Doesn't like the shop.
He doesn't like the shop?
He doesn't like. No, he likes the shop. He doesn't like to shop.
It doesn't offend him.
No.
I was gonna say last week I had Ocean House on and they brought me like cocktails because they're awesome, and I was bummed that you weren't on that show because I was like totally gonna break out champagne for us to drink during the show.
During the show?
I think we should make that a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you should bring me like some wine
Okay.
so I can have
Next
it
time.
while
Next
you
time.
talk at me about
The
suits.
first week of February, I will bring you wine because it'll be close to Valentine's Day.
Oh, so we'll have like a romantic candlelit show.
I'm sure your husband will appreciate that.
Beautiful. I love it. Let's do it. All right. You always take up too much of my time.
I know.
I
Yes.
love it.
Yeah.
So we'll see you first week of February.
Yes, always.
We're going to talk about Valentine. Looking great for Valentine's Day. Come on, guys. Don't wear like, have you seen that commercial with like the U-neck shirt? It's like men dress for dates terribly and stuff. I'll show it to you. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's good. So we'll see you next month.
Yes, but send me more pictures of the wedding.
I will send you more pictures of the wedding. Thank you
Beautiful.
for bringing that up to everyone. It's
Again.
very appreciated. Yeah, thank you.
Dress with like sort of the, yeah, beautiful.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, my last guest, Jim Fortier from Blueprint 5. We love having him on. He's here every single month. First Thursday of the month. So
Right.
tune in for that. I will actually be back on Tuesday at 3 p.m. We're going to be talking to Dan Copen from his new brewery in East Greenwich. So we'll be talking to him as I will be on my honeymoon on Thursday. So I will not be here. And the next Thursday, you'll have Laura in my slot. So I will see you on Tuesday. We'll be talking with Dan Copen. And otherwise, have a great weekend. What do you want to say?
Where are you going on your honeymoon?
Oh, Thailand.
Oh my gosh.
Stop making me tell everyone things. I am going to Thailand.
So excited.
We'll be back Tuesday with Dan Copen. Otherwise, check out our website, golocalprov.com, for all your news. We will see you on Tuesday. Thank you so much for
Happy New
tuning
Year.
in.